ज्योति स्टेनो टाइपिंग कॉलेज में आप सभी का स्वागत है बच्चों। ये है आपकी डिक्टेशन 104। वेबसाइट पे इसको लगा दिया गया है। पहले आराम से लिखें फिर उसको टाइप कर दें। डिक्टेशन स्टार्ट आफ्टर 5 सेकंड। सर, आई एम ग्रेटफुल टू द ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स फॉर हैविंग supported this bill. I would call it a very important legislation. It is true that we have in the past not been able to pay much attention to the safety of the industrial workers. Workers were not made conscious of their rights to more wages or bonus. We have not tried to bring consciousness about the safety aspect even among the workers themselves. I agree with you that we woke up after the Bhopal tragedy which occurred a couple of years ago. We really started applying our mind after that unfortunate incident. We had lot of consultations, discussions, started applying our mind after that unfortunate incident. We had lot of consultations, discussions, seminars at the national level, regional level and at the state level, and this bill has come before this house after 2 years of extensive studies, examinations and consultations. This bill has taken care of every aspect of safety. It actually starts from the day of its conception. Sir, I will not explain the whole bill because all the honorable members are familiar with that. Here we have fixed the responsibility not only on the manufacturers but even on the suppliers. Not only that, even the importers are covered in it. If somebody imports a chemical plant or machinery, even he has been made responsible. And the responsibility does not confine to the factory premises alone, it goes much beyond the factory premises. It includes not only the use of the chemical in the factory, it also covers the handling of the materials within the factory. Something can happen when it is being transported. In every aspect, the risk has been covered under the Act. It has been taken 2 years to finalize this bill. There has been a demand that we must go in for a comprehensive legislation on safety. Since the population of labor laws was increasing so much, we thought we should not add to that number. So instead of going in for a separate law, we thought that we should add one more chapter to the Factories Act instead of bringing in a new legislation. That is why we have come forward with the amendment to the Factories Act. There are a lot of constraints regarding the implementation. I agree that state governments have their constraints, financial and otherwise. Therefore, the implementation has been wrong, but the implementation of the Factories Act is the exclusive responsibility of the state governments. We have taken certain powers where under a special situation we come into the picture. Otherwise, it is the state government. So, I have taken up the matter with the state governments as they are having financial problems. We have taken up the matter with the Planning Commission so that more allocation towards improving the enforcement machinery in the states can be made. I am happy to say that the Planning Commission has responded to this. This is one point raised by many members. There is another point also, Mr. Chairman, sir, I wish to bring to the notice of the Union Government, especially the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the miserable plight of the inland fishermen in several states in our country due to the gross neglect of this community. I refer to the retrograde policies followed by many state governments who are uprooting traditional fishermen from their traditional profession of fishing in lakes and ponds which they are carrying out for centuries to earn their livelihood. These states have adopted the policy of auctioning of lakes and inland water areas and assigning them on a year to year basis to those rich middlemen who engage the same fishermen as laborers. Unfortunately, fishermen are not rich enough to participate in the contest with the rich people in the annual auction. In many states, the policy has been to be auction them, while in others, the policy adopted is a progressive one of allotting these lakes and ponds at reasonable charges to fishermen. It is rather unfortunate that even after 40 years of independence, the government has not been able to adopt a uniform policy in consultation with the state governments on this crucial issue. Sir, in the case of agriculture, our union government has introduced land reforms recognizing the right of the farmers to own the land for cultivation, abolished the state imposed the ceiling on the land holdings of agriculture farms. These were the reforms coupled with various benefits of agricultural bank loans, subsidies on fertilizers, subsidies on seeds, irrigation facilities, price fixation procurement by the FCI have helped us to evolve what we call the green revolution. It is indeed said that the fishermen who produced rich, nutritious food are condemned to perpetual poverty by the partial attitude adopted by many state governments. I would like to request the Agriculture Minister to take immediate steps. I also request the government to establish fish products prices commission to fix prices of different varieties of fish and prevent exploitation. I have seen in the coastal areas that the middlemen have purchased 1 kilogram of fish at rupees 1 and have sold it for rupees 12. They are getting almost 10 times of profit. I also request the union government to help the fish farmers to produce more and more of these valuable fish. Lastly, I would like to mention that our late Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi had taken many steps to help fishermen. Our Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi also mentioned at a public meeting that they are the weakest of the weaker sections. However, the most important and urgent reform of giving ownership rights has so far been neglected. I appeal to the union government to help in this matter so that the lot of these weaker sections of the people may be improved and they may lead a happy and comfortable life and earn their livelihood properly. I do not say that the government of India has not done anything for the welfare of fishermen. इस क्लास में इतना ही बच्चों, नमस्कार बच्चों.